Ariana Grande has been called a diva, a culture vulture, a homewrecker, and at one point, an ungrateful, America-hating pop star for licking a donut on the 4th of July. Every few years, her reputation seems to collapse completely. And every single time, she comes back bigger, safer, and way more respected than before. So the question isn't why Ariana Grande keeps getting into controversy. The real question is, how does she keep surviving it? And why her current image might be the most calculated reinvention of her career. To understand how Ariana mastered reputation recovery, we have to go back to where her public image first formed. When Ariana Grande became famous, she wasn't Ariana Grande. She was Cat Valentine. Her breakout role on Nickelodeon's Victorious introduced her as a wide-eyed, soft-spoken, infantilized character with bright red hair and childlike innocence. Cat wasn't just a fan favorite, she became Ariana's protective shield. Audiences assumed Ariana was Cat. Sweet, harmless, unthreatening, but there was a problem. Cat Valentine didn't sing like that. Despite starring on a musical TV show, Ariana's vocal ability was largely underused. So she turned to YouTube, uploading covers that quickly made one thing clear. She wasn't just a former child star. She was a generational vocalist. By the time comparisons to Mariah Carey started circulating, Ariana had outgrown Nickelodeon. But escaping Cat Valentine required something very specific: rebranding without alienation. She dyed her hair brunette, she lowered her speaking voice slightly, she kept just enough of Cat's softness to stay likable while positioning herself as a serious pop contender. And then came the ponytail. What started as a practical solution to years of hair damage became one of the most recognizable silhouettes in pop music. The high ponytail wasn't just a hairstyle, it was branding. Ariana became instantly identifiable, mainstream, and aspirational. She wasn't just a singer anymore, she was an image. But as Ariana crossed into adult fame, the insulation Cat Valentine provided began to crack. As Victorious ended and Sam and Cat began, rumors started circulating that Ariana received special treatment on set. When Jeanette McCurdy later confirmed in her memoir that Ariana was allowed to miss filming for award shows and performances, the narrative shifted. Suddenly, Ariana wasn't just talented, she was difficult. Reports surfaced accusing her of unreasonable demands, refusing to be photographed from her bad side, walking out of photo shoots, approving images before fans could keep them. Even Juliana Rancic confirmed Ariana requested seat changes to favor her preferred angle. None of this was illegal, none of it was unheard of, but it clashed violently with the image Ariana was selling. At just 20 years old, she was branded a diva, not in the Mariah Carey sense of playful superiority, but in the industry shorthand version, entitled Young Woman with an Attitude Problem. Ariana's response was simple: deny, explain, and wait it out. And for a while, it worked. People forget scandals quickly when there's new music to talk about. Her album, My Everything, leaned into maturity, shifting the conversation away from behavior and toward image. The diva label faded until something happened that couldn't be ignored. On July 4th, 2015, Ariana Grande walked into a donut shop. Security footage later leaked showing her licking donuts she hadn't paid for and making comments that were interpreted as shaming Americans and mocking obesity. Within hours, the internet exploded. She wasn't just rude anymore, she was ungrateful, privileged, disrespectful. This wasn't hearsay, it was on camera. Ariana apologized, first in writing, then in a carefully filmed video explaining that her comments were about public health, not hatred. But the damage was done. She lost public trust, gigs, and credibility. For the first time, ignoring the controversy wasn't an option. Donutgate shattered the illusion of the innocent girl next door. And unlike the diva accusations, this scandal stuck, because it confirmed what critics already suspected: Ariana was not as sweet as she appeared. So instead of trying to reclaim innocence, Ariana changed strategies entirely. With Dangerous Woman, Ariana stopped pretending to be harmless. The title itself felt intentional, a quiet acknowledgement that she was done being misread. The album was a massive success, and for the first time, her image aligned with her behavior, confident, unapologetic. Then tragedy struck. In 2017, an attack on Ariana's Manchester concert killed 22 people. The event fundamentally altered public perception. There was no room for gossip, snark, or moral judgment. Ariana responded with empathy, visibility, and action, organizing the One Love Manchester benefit concert and remaining present throughout the aftermath. This wasn't image management, it was humanity. And in moments like that, past controversies shrink into irrelevance. The years that followed were complicated. Sweetener divided audiences. Some found it disjointed, others celebrated its message of healing. But Ariana was no longer trying to please everyone, and that became clear with Thank You Next. The song was unapologetic, personal, and shocking, name-dropping exes, addressing trauma, and reframing heartbreak as growth. Ariana took control of her narrative before tabloids could twist it. It worked. She became the biggest pop star in the world, holding multiple top Billboard spots, headlining Coachella, and winning Grammys. But success didn't stop criticism. It just changed its shape. From around 2015 to 2022, Ariana faced persistent accusations of cultural appropriation. Her deep tan, shifting accent, and hip-hop-influenced aesthetic sparked criticism that she was borrowing Black culture while benefiting from white privilege. The discourse never fully exploded. It simmered, enough to matter, not enough to cancel. And slowly, Ariana adjusted. Her skin tone lightened, her accent softened, her presentation became more neutral and more controlled. By the early 2020s, Ariana stepped back from music entirely. She focused on business, television, and acting, most notably being cast as Glinda in Wicked. And this is where Ariana's most effective rebrand begins. Director John M. Chu initially couldn't see her as anything but a pop star, so Ariana stripped everything away: makeup, styling, persona. She auditioned like everyone else, and when she dyed her hair blonde, something shifted. This wasn't just method acting, it was reputation engineering. The Glinda archetype, bubbly, elegant, feminine, morally good, absorbed Ariana's public image. Blonde hair, soft voice, classic gowns. She moved away from streetwear and trends, positioning herself not as a pop star but as a movie star. At the same time, scandal returned. In 2023, Ariana's relationship with her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater sparked accusations of homewrecking. The narrative resurfaced old rumors and painted Ariana as a repeat offender. But this time, the backlash didn't land the same way. She didn't deny it, she didn't explain it either. Instead, she stayed Glinda. The relationship was kept out of sight. Promotional photos avoided pairing them together, interviews focused on artistry, not personal life, and by the time the public noticed, the story was already cooling off. This was a pattern. Every time Ariana faces a scandal, she doesn't just apologize or disappear. She changes the framework through which the public sees her. When she was labeled a diva, she leaned into politeness. When innocence collapsed, she embraced confidence. When appropriation criticism grew, she neutralized her image. And now, under Glinda's halo, she has found something more powerful than likability. She has found safety. By aligning herself with the universally loved archetype, the princess, the good witch, the elegant woman, Ariana has minimized the space for outrage. Criticism doesn't disappear, but it no longer sticks. The question is whether this version of Ariana is sustainable. Because at some point, reinvention stops being growth and starts becoming erasure. And it raises one final question. Is Ariana Grande finally at peace? Or has she simply perfected the art of disappearing into whatever image protects her most? Let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe so I can see you next time.